IBA meeting, bank nationalization and 13th bipartite settlement. IBA held an important meeting reviewing preparations for the upcoming 56th Bank Nationalization Day programs and the 13th bipartite settlement. The union also constituted a subcommittee to prepare the Charter of Demands for the next wage revision while discussing organizational programs and future industry issues. IBA calls for stronger banking reforms. IBA adopted a series of policy resolutions seeking a national accountability policy for regulatory non-compliance in public sector banks, stronger measures to recover bad loans and curb willful defaults, enhanced policy support for cooperative banks, reconsideration of 100% FDI in the insurance sector and nationalization of private banks while opposing the sale of banks to foreign investors. The union also called for a broader public movement under the theme, People's Money for People's Welfare, against crony capitalism. IBA invites suggestions on group medical insurance. The Indian Banks Association invited suggestions from stakeholders while preparing the next group medical insurance scheme for serving employees and pensioners. The consultation is expected to help shape the revised insurance policy for the banking industry. Menstrual leave recognized as workplace right. All India Bank of Baroda Officers Association Bhavneet Kaur stated that menstrual leave should be recognized as a workplace right rather than a privilege, stressing the need for inclusive workplace policies and greater sensitivity towards women's health in the banking sector. Punjab and Sindh Bank officers intensify agitation. The Punjab and Sindh Bank Officers Federation announced protest programs and issued a strike notice alleging administrative harassment, workplace issues and unresolved employee concerns, particularly in the Agra region. Following the strike notice, the Labour Commissioner called both sides for conciliation talks in an effort to resolve the dispute. SBI business growth and banking reforms. State Bank of India announced recruitment of 1,500 probationary officers during FY27 to support business expansion and strengthen its workforce. Separately, SBI Research recommended reforms in priority sector lending to better align credit delivery with the vision of Viksit Bharat, while another report raised questions regarding SBI procedures during the Ayodhya Ram Temple donation theft investigation. HDFC Bank strengthens AI and digital banking. HDFC Bank unveiled an in-house artificial intelligence platform and enhanced fraud monitoring systems to strengthen digital banking security. The bank also reported healthy Q1 FY27 business growth, with continued expansion in advances and deposits during the June quarter. Bank of Maharashtra Q1 performance. Bank of Maharashtra reported strong first quarter business growth, with total business crossing 6.5 lakh rupees crore, supported by healthy loan expansion and continued business momentum. Bank of Baroda fraud and overseas compliance. Bank of Baroda remained in focus after its overseas compliance history came under discussion following the $600 million NMC Health settlement. Separately, 5 persons were arrested in Raebareli in connection with an alleged personal loan fraud involving fake salary slips submitted for Bank of Baroda loans. PSBs face deposit pressure while private banks gain advantage. Reports indicated that public sector banks continue witnessing stronger loan demand than deposit mobilization, widening the credit-deposit gap. Another analysis suggested private banks currently enjoy a personal advantage over PSBs, while data also showed private banks accounted for a larger share of gross NPA write-offs during FY26. Cyber fraud through sold bank account. Police arrested a Jaipur resident for allegedly selling his bank account for 1.20 lakh rupees, which was later allegedly used in an investment fraud worth around 1.09 crore rupees. The case highlights the growing misuse of bank accounts by cyber fraud networks. Banking and economy explained. 2 analytical reports examined broader economic developments affecting banking. One explained how rising fiscal and external deficits influence India's economy, while another analyzed how OPEC+'s decision to increase crude oil production could impact inflation, interest rates, and the banking sector. Urban cooperative banks need modernization. An analytical report highlighted the need for urban cooperative banks to modernize governance, technology, and operations while preserving their cooperative values and customer-centric approach. RRB SC sent employee issues raised with DFS. A delegation of the All Grameen Bank SC Cent Employees Welfare Association met DFS Secretary Sanjay Lohia in New Delhi and submitted a memorandum highlighting key concerns of SC Cent employees in regional rural banks. The delegation sought action on reservation rosters, backlog vacancies, promotions, discriminatory transfers, representation, liaison mechanisms and welfare measures. Jharkhand Grameen Bank employee issues. Jharkhand Grameen Bank Daily Wage Workers Union announced protest programs over pending demands relating to service conditions and employee welfare. In a separate incident, a family staged a protest outside a Jharkhand Grameen Bank branch with the body of a deceased man, alleging that delays in completing KYC formalities prevented timely access to funds needed for his treatment, while the bank disputed the allegations. UP Grameen Bank cases. A farmer in Uttar Pradesh alleged that a loan entry of 1.81 lakh rupees appeared against his agricultural land without his knowledge, prompting an official probe. Separately, Uttar Pradesh Grameen Bank directed branches not to display lunch break timings publicly and instead staggered staff breaks to ensure uninterrupted customer service during banking hours. Assam Grameen Bank celebrates 50 years of RRB banking. Officers and employees unions of Assam Grameen Bank marked 50 years of regional rural banking in the state. The Golden Jubilee celebrations included calls for social welfare activities, financial literacy programs, and recognition of the contribution of RRBs to rural financial inclusion.